I don't even know how to start this video, really. We are gathered here today to discuss my Animal Crossing island and a villager that lives on my island. My island is very, very chill. It's a very chill atmosphere, right? I have the best villagers you can possibly think of. We got Maple, we got Ozzy, Molly, Bo. We also have some problematic ones like Vivian, and Fauna. And you may be thinking about Fauna. Who has Fauna ever wronged? We'll get to that video. Um, and a lot of people, on YouTube post about the drama and the things on their Animal Crossing island that, you wouldn't really expect from this type of game. But here we have a goat. His name is Sherb, and on the surface, he looks innocent, he looks sweet, he looks like he just wants to be your friend and, give you bottle of apple juice, when you pass by. He looks like he's in first grade or something. Well, um, he is a danger to my island, an absolute danger. And I've seen other people post the scary things that their Sherb has said to them. And I want to just make the Animal Crossing community and really, really anyone who wants to know, I want them to be aware of how dangerous this character is and the things that he has said to me in the past and honestly every day. Um, and I can never get rid of him. He is contained on my island because I don't want him to come to your island and cause more chaos because none of you deserve that. So, without further ado, let's get into a deep dive of Sherb, the most terrifying Animal Crossing villager. One of the first moments I realized Sherb had some problems was when I saw him fishing the one day. And I didn't really think anything of it, but when he told me that he really, really, really was eager to taste the fish that he was waiting to catch, I saw some issues. Um, Now I understand people hunt to survive and sometimes they need to eat fish because they need to eat fish, but that's not allowed on my island. And Sherb knows that, but I'm assuming he forgot. The fish, don't have to worry about being eaten on this island. All of the villagers know that. The fish, if anything, have, their role in the museum, but the majority of them really just swim freely. Um, and I really, really, I think Sherb forgot about the rule, but yeah, he really wanted to eat that fish, and it was dangerous. I felt for the fish, and the fish was, he did catch the fish, and the fish did not want to go. The fish wanted to stay in the water, but I also didn't want to tell Sherb no because, well, we'll get into that. So a couple days later, Sherb told me that things are not okay at the moment. Um, And I, thought, oh, okay, Sherb, maybe you ran out of your favorite color crayon, or okay, Sherb, maybe your favorite bug stopped talking to you, or something like that. Well, it turns out I heard some rumors that Sherb is actually on the run from the FBI, and he's using our island as a hiding place. Um, the FBI has not come to our island yet, but we are waiting. We are waiting for them to come and take Sherb away, but none of us dare do anything that could jeopardize our safety. We don't want to make Sherb angry because we know what he's capable of, and well, this is just the beginning. Haunted in his home. And obviously Sherb is a child. He's like 6 years old. He's a little goat. So you would think, oh, he just needs a nightlight. It turns out there is more to this, which we will investigate later. But he really is scared of the dark because he does have um, something that is haunting him, and therefore he is choosing to haunt us with his existence by going around and purposely terrifying all of us. And it's just not fair. This is not what we deserve. We don't deserve this, you know? We don't deserve what he's trying to do to us. And he is trying to scare us by saying his house is scary. He can't sleep without the lights on. And just look at the sweater he's wearing. It's a Freddy Krueger sweater. Um, so we're really scared right now. Surf is always telling me that his doors get sticky. And I can understand a normal villager's door getting dirty from time to time, but sticky is on another level. And I always thought, maybe it's just from snacks going everywhere. He's always spilling his milk. He's always, you know, um, throwing his ice cream against the wall because he had a temper tantrum. I understand that, but it turns out it's actually from people trying to get into his house, and he is fighting them essentially. And the stickiness is actually not coming from food, it's actually coming from blood. I'm just gonna say it, it's blood. And he's, always cleaning his house too. That's the other thing that I want to say. Like every time I go in, he's always cleaning. He's cleaning his house, cleaning it. And I always thought, he's a little clumsy. He's probably just no, he is cleaning crime. Everyone, crime. He It's crime. He is a criminal, and I know he has the right to defend himself, but it is getting really, really bad. And a lot of my neighbors have been like, what's going on at Sherb's house, every night. And there's only so much I can do, and hopefully he'll leave soon so we are all safe. This moment defined who Sherb is, and it scared me. It scared a lot of people. And there were some of my neighbors were right behind me when I spoke with Sherb that day when he told me he was thinking about seeing my face, my big, beautiful, round head. And, I'm going to let all of you come up with with your own understanding of what this means. Um, but at this point, it has gotten to this, and it only gets worse from now. So buckle up and get ready. Do you remember the time where I caught Sir trying to eat the fish he was trying to catch? Well, Serb eats a lot of other things on this island, not just fruit, but the bugs that he makes friends with. He roasts them over an open fire every single night. And Sherb also likes to try and eat his neighbors and other people that live on this island because he is a serial killer. I'm convinced at this point. And you don't believe me? You don't believe me? Well, we'll get there. I promise. We will get there and you will see how terrifying this villager is. You will see exactly what he does to all of us. And I am concerned for our safety every single day. Um, and I don't think our lives will ever be the same again. And at this point, we can't tell anyone about this. We can't tell the authorities because Sherb will he will he will he will resort to very drastic measures to take care of all of us. And yeah, so there you go. That's what we deal with every day with Sherb the goat. So here we are. This is one of the last examples that I have. And by reading the dialogue that Sherb is giving me here as I walk into his home, I don't think any of you really can make an argument that Sherb is a normal villager. I saved this one for last because it really, really, really shows you the kind of animal, the kind of villain, the kind of terrifying, psychotic entity that he is. And he tried to eat me. I'm just gonna say it. He tried to eat me as I walked into his home. I'll never forget the day. It was March 2025. I don't remember the date, but that's not the point. I barely got out with my life. And to this day, he walks among us. He walks among us. He does. But it doesn't change the fact that he did threaten me like that. He did try to eat me, and it's still something I think about, and you know, it's okay. He hasn't done it since, but he will again. He will. And I think at this point we need to get rid of him somehow, some way. However we do it, it will be the most difficult thing of our lives. But I look forward to one day living life without Sherb, truly, if he ever wants to move. Sherb saying, "You shouldn't tease me, Sean," is truly a threat that I will abide by because it is a threat. This villager, he and I don't always see eye to eye. But at this point, I am really just trying to keep my friends safe, truly. I really want all of us to live in harmony. This is Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Nintendo Switch. This is a calm, peaceful game that I wish we could just all sit down and just have a cup of coffee, but instead we are all fighting for our lives. And Sherb constantly wants to make our lives a nightmare, and he is threatening us. He is trying to destroy everything that we've built, and really, it's really for nothing. And he goes around and he acts all kind and sweet, but then he's telling us, "Oh, I'm sorry that this person is sick," when we know full well that poisoned he poisoned Bo. He poisoned Bo. I'm just gonna say it. And Bo, rest in peace. I'm just kidding. Bo is very much alive, and Bo is not going down without a fight. We will take out Sherb once and for all. We will win this battle, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's just say that. So stay tuned for part 2, and I will keep you all up to date about Sherb.